She's an abuelita, and she is loved and adored.
She's a what now?
Oh, I don't know how to say the word. I just tried. It's Rob and Liz on his radio.
She's an abuelita. And I think...
What did I say?
I have no idea.
In my mind, that's what I said.
You nailed it.
Yeah. I'm like, I got this down.
Out here in the real world, you really didn't.
And that's Mexican for what?
Grandmother. And I talked to my daughter yesterday because I wanted to get the correct pronunciation. So hopefully I got it right. But anyway, she said abuela, which I knew this is the term for grandmother, right? Okay. Abuelita is a little more familiar. So it would be like instead of mother, which is proper, formal, you would say mama or mommy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So instead of grandma, it'd be bitta.
Exactly.
That's what Liz wants to be called when she's a grandmother.
Right. It's going to be a little more familiar. Well, Donna Angela is our abuelita, and she is amazing. She's a Mexican grandmother. She has her own YouTube channel. And
Wait a minute. This is that young, well, I'd say young lady. This is that grandma that is like, isn't it like a stone kind of background and she's doing all this cooking?
Yes.
I don't know what in the world she's saying.
No.
But... because I don't know Spanish,
right?
But it looks like amazing.
It is amazing. This is her outdoor stove oven type deal, like almost like a grill type thing. And she hosts cooking demonstrations and recipes like every week. She has 3 million followers.
That's crazy cool.
I know. And I don't know what she's cooking up, but I'm like, if she can cook in this manner and make it amazing, which I'm sure it is, how come I can't do half the I mean,
on your big technology kitchen you have? Yeah.
I mean, and all of us, like, I can sort of cook, I can bake, I can sort of cook. Mm-hmm. But she's out in the backyard, basically, just rustic tools, making it happen. It's fantastic.
That's crazy cool.
Yeah, and she doesn't have like a video crew. She doesn't have a sound guy that's filming all of this. It's her granddaughter with her phone.
Yeah, it sounds like she's off in the background when she talks.
Yes, exactly, because she's not using earbuds. AirPods, sorry. But she's so cute, and she makes flan, she makes tortillas, and I don't even know what she's... all the recipes.
So how do you follow along if you're trying to cook this stuff?
I know that in some of the YouTubes that I saw, there were translations, so you could follow along to
like captions at the bottom of the screen so you can read along what she's saying? Okay.
Exactly. And she's making what looks like delicious meals every single week. And it's just, she and her granddaughter are getting closer because they're hosting a YouTube channel together.
That's great. Yeah. 3 million followers. That's absolutely amazing.
I know. And you can't email her. She doesn't email or do anything like that.
Really? But she's a YouTuber.
Yep, she cooks.
His morning crew.
You gotta give it to this doctor, this pediatrician that has such a super huge heart. It's Rob and Liz on his radio. Good morning.
Good morning. She is a pediatrician, and her name is Dr. Vida Edge from Oklahoma, and she was treating a couple of kids, and she kind of learned their story as pediatricians do. They find out the background. So they were foster kids, and they lived with some elderly foster parents. And so the chance for adoption for them, and the foster parents were really, very transparent about it, probably not going to be able to adopt them because of our age, because they were elderly. So anyway, she treats them for a couple of years, I guess, and then the foster parents called her and said, "Can we meet?" And she said, immediately in her brain, she thought, they want me to take those children. And she said, I love those kids. But she had to weigh out, everything, the pros and cons, if she was going to be able to do it. When they met, they did ask her, would you be willing to take them?
No way.
Yeah.
That was pretty bold to ask the doctor to do that.
I guess, they picked up on the rapport, and the kids really loved her, and they'd made this bond and this relationship.
Evidently, she loved them.
Oh, yeah.
You could tell. Yeah.
She said, the boy, 10 years old, just the sweetest thing. And then, of course, she got to know the sister. So she fostered them for a little while.
The doctor did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then decided, Yeah, I'm
This
gonna
is it,
adopt
huh?
them. Yeah, these are my babies. And so they just were adopted on May 11th. So they've been in her care as her children for the last, month and a half.
Adopted during COVID-19.
Yep.
Look
in the
at
middle
that.
of it all. I just think it's amazing. And the doctor even said, when things like that happen, like as soon as they called, she knew what they were going to ask. She said, that's a God thing right there.
It is.
Yeah.
She just knew in her heart of hearts.
Yep.
It was from the beginning of time.
Now they have a forever home and she has forever babies.
His morning crew.
Kind of go through the memory bank of your life when you were a kid. And if you were a school bus rider, maybe there was that cool school bus driver.
Yeah.
It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Preston had one of them. He loved his school bus driver.
Yeah. He was 14 when he met Val. Val is a 70-year-old school bus driver, like a father of 4. He's got tons of grandkids. He's from Haiti. And Preston the first day, he gets on the bus and Val says, "Hey, good buddy." And from then on, they were buds.
They were real good buddies
Yeah.
the whole time. And so this whole COVID thing happens. And of course, Val has no job
Right.
because there's no kids to bring to school because school's closed down.
Yeah.
Well, in comes Kristen Bell. And Kristen Bell does this Instagram post.
Yeah.
And she's talking about Ving.
Yeah.
Which I had no idea Ving was a thing.
I didn't know either.
It's
until this story.
about giving.
Yeah.
And so she helps out teenagers, high school students primarily, help give $1,000 to somebody who's really impacted their life.
Yeah, they sort of have to put together a presentation, if you will. I don't know if it's like PowerPoint or anything like that. But so Preston put together something, sent it to Ving, sent it to Kristen Bell, and they looked over it, loved the story. And so they got in touch with Preston. Then they went to find Val, and they gave him $1,000.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
There's even a picture of Preston with the big check. You know, those big cardboard checks?
Yep.
And it's got Val's name on it, and it has the $1,000 on it. And Val's like completely taken back.
Of
He's
course.
like, really? Somebody thought of me?
And went to those steps to make sure that I knew I was loved and cared for. And he said, driving a bus doesn't pay a whole lot of money. He said, but the kids are worth it. Val is an amazing man. 70 years old, loves those kids.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
If you like Legos, and if you like Home Alone, you're in. Because now Legos has made a Home Alone set. And get this, Seinfeld as well.
I would be totally into the Home Alone.
Oh, man, the Home Alone, I mean, you remember, it's the 1990 classic, and they've got that old home, so you can recreate the old home.
Which was humongous.
It was, yeah.
Was a
It was one of
huge
those
house.
ones that you dream of
Oh,
being
yeah.
in, right? And Home Alone. The thing is, 3,000 pieces to build the McAllister family iconic suburban Chicago home.
And then it has like Kevin McAllister. Does it have?
It's got all the
him?
kids in it.
Does it?
Yeah.
The whole family?
It's crazy. I'm telling you. And it includes Kevin and Harv and Marv.
Okay, yeah,
You've got the
right.
rope scene
The
that's there with the
criminals.
paint cans and the spider in the picture and Buzz's woof, including the girl when he does the woof to the girlfriend.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
And it's 3,000 pieces? How much does that thing cost?
3,000, a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
And then they recreated the Seinfeld set.
Yeah, and I saw a picture of it. George looks just like George.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can get any of the Lego guys to look like George. Just a little bit of hair on each side of it.
I
So you
know.
got all the characters
That's pretty
on
cool.
Seinfeld and Jerry's apartment.
Yeah. I wonder if they have, he's a huge Superman fanatic, Jerry
Okay.
Seinfeld is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's a Superman in every episode. Yeah, it's just sitting on like the bookshelf or something.
Really?
Yeah. So I wonder if they worked it into the Lego.
I'm not a super huge fan of the show. I'll watch it if I stumble on
Exactly.
it.
I'm
And
not a
I'll
huge
laugh.
fan.
But I haven't sat down and watched every episode.
Yeah. I just remember that was one of the little things that came out of
Now
it.
I'm going to have to look.
To look for the Seinfeld,
The Superman. What is it, a picture? Is it
No,
a figure?
I think
Is
it's
it
a figurine, and it's on the bookshelf that is behind the couch in his living room.
Is it like an elf on the shelf thing, only Superman style?
Maybe so, yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool. But Lego 3,000 pieces.
The Home Alone one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that buying those for my kids when they were little, the boys loved Legos.
Yeah, a couple bucks.
they're super expensive.
Yeah, a dime or two.
And super hard on the feet in the middle of the
Well,
night.
when you step on those puppies,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I hope you heard that loud and clear this morning that you're a child of God this morning. Don't let anything else, when you have Jesus in your heart, don't let anything else tell you otherwise. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio.
NASA has done something pretty cool. Did you ever see the movie Hidden Figures?
My wife and I love that movie.
Such a good movie. It's
Yeah.
Taraji P. Henson plays the lead character.
There's a few movies I can watch over and over
Yeah.
again. Star Wars,
Well, yeah.
Rocky, and believe it or not,
Yeah.
Hidden Figures.
But it's
We can
so
watch that
good.
movie a lot. It just, I don't know, it just warms our heart watching them overcome.
Yeah,
You know?
right. But it's also, you're kind of a tech guy
Yeah, well, that's true
and
too.
the space guy, so it's
And
kind of
the-
all those things.
And the mathematics
Right.
that these young ladies how their brains just blow me away.
Right.
On how smart somebody can be like that with mathematics and put a rocket up in space, slinging around the moon and stuff, you know?
Couldn't even understand it. But Mary W. Jackson, now she was kind of a child prodigy, which if you see the movie, you'll see a little bit of that, how her parents really pushed for her to get such a great education.
She wasn't even in the movie. She wasn't the main character in the movie's based off of real life.
Exactly. So she went to work for NASA, and she became NASA's first black woman engineer. She broke barriers. She helped get Scott Glenn, right, to space. Worked out some kinks because he was having some issues, I guess, while he was in space. But totally cool. Well, they have renamed NASA headquarters building in D.C. the Mary W. Jackson NASA headquarters building.
Did they really?
Yes, they did.
It's about time.
Yes.
That is so good. I was reading a little bit about some of the things that she has done.
Yeah.
She's even worked on the space shuttle when the
Right.
space shuttle program was
Yeah.
a big thing.
Because she was there forever.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
She passed away, February?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. But if you haven't seen Hidden Figures, first of all, see the movie. But I didn't even realize there was a book until I was kind of researching this article. But I want to get the book now because usually you get a few more details and it's a lot better even.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's called Hidden Figures, The American Dream.
The movie itself. Oh, the
The
book.
book,
The
yes.
book. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, sounds like she wants to put a reading club together, and we're all going to get together and talk about it at the end.
That is such a good idea.
His morning crew.
Terry and Brian, it was one of those loves that this married couple had for each other. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Something tragic happened 16 years ago. Brian, Terry's husband, passed away, but his life saved for others because of organ donation.
Right. He gave his kidney and his pancreas to one person whose name was Jeffrey. Now, keep in mind, this 16 years ago. If you know anybody's story about getting a kidney transplant or anything like that, I mean, they don't last forever, unfortunately. But Jeffrey's did last quite a few years, 15 years. Well, Terry and Jeffrey, the kidney recipient, became friends. You know, just probably a superficial, not superficial, but
Acquaintances.
yeah, acquaintances more than like a deep friendship. Anyway, they kept in touch with each other, and of course, they followed each other on social media. So Terry saw on Facebook one day that Jeffrey had posted that he was in need of another kidney.
Yeah, the other kidney,
Yeah.
the good one that he had, was going bad.
Yeah.
So Terry stepped up and said, I'll do it.
He didn't believe her at first.
Yeah. Well, how it's like disbelief, like, really? I already have your husband's.
Yeah,
Now you want to give me your kidney?
yeah.
So turns out she's a match. It happened. But you know what really got me was what she said.
What's that?
She said, now I'm side by side again with my husband again
Oh,
because
that
her
just-
husband's kidney is in Jeffrey. And then she replaced the other bad kidney.
Yeah.
It's like we're together again.
That gave me cold chills.
Ooh,
Yeah.
man.
And one other part of that story is Jeffrey's wife was actually a match, but Terry said she needs to be there strong enough to take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to do this. She didn't say I'm going to step up. She just said, I'm going to do this.
She just did it.
She did.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic story. And, of course, they're both encouraging, their entire family encouraging others to be organ donors.
Yeah, and Donate Life is such a great organization. I don't know if you are familiar with Donate Life, but they've helped so many people throughout the years. And there's different chapters of Donate Life in a lot of different states.
Yeah.
But something definitely to look into.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Something remarkable happened in San Diego this past Saturday.
What?
There were 15,800 people that got together and prayed.
What?
In San Diego and a couple other counties throughout California and some other places in the country.
Where were they?
They're all over.
Okay.
They're all over. It was absolutely amazing. There was about 7,200 people that gathered across 11 different locations throughout San Diego. All they did was pray. They were on the sidewalks. They were in parks. They were in front of government buildings. They were all over the place. There was like 11 other locations in California and across the U.S., and some of Mexico participated. 135 churches got together, partnered together, broke down the walls and the barriers, and just prayed.
Prayed for everything we're going through this year because there's so many different levels of things that we're dealing with. And for them to come together like that's what we all need to do.
People on their knees, people that are praying, people that are walking, hands up in the air, worshiping God. It was just called We Pray.
Wow.
And it all started in San Diego on Saturday.
And covering their town in that.
Yes, their town, our nation, and the globe as well, because we're all going through it.
Yeah.
They're praying for leaders. They're praying for each other. It was so beautiful just to see.
It's something we all need to do. Honestly, we need to make a movement and do something like that.
The prayer movement.
Yeah.
It's going to start
that.
with Liz Riles.
Yeah. Get me on social later today. I'll be doing it.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
It's something.
Let's do it.
Can you imagine doing that right here in our own town?
It'd be amazing.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
So pictures of summer vacation or anything you're doing this summer, we would love to see them if you are coming in at 800-447-7234. We're hearing from Lillian. And Lillian, I understand you just celebrated your mom's birthday this past weekend. What did you guys do?
We went to Lake Royale up in Lewisburg, and we had like a little picnic. And it was special also because Sunday was my mom and dad's 40th anniversary, and he passed away on May 18th.
Oh, wow.
So we were trying to celebrate her birthday and anniversary and kind of keep her mind off things, you know. And it turned out really good. The weather was great. The kids played putt-putt and got in the lake. We live in Goldsboro, so it had rained a lot. And on the way home, we saw a double rainbow. And it was the most beautiful rainbow I've ever saw in my life. My babies were in the back seat, and they said, "That's Papa's work. Look, he's fishing and making a rainbow."
Lillian, oh my goodness, you're going to make me cry.
Yeah, so it was good. It was a good day. We went to church Sunday, and then afterwards we went to the lake and had a picnic.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
Wow.
Right on the lake like that, celebrating your mom. And they got cool putt-putt. It's like right on the lake right there.
That's cool. We'll have to check it out in Lewisburg.
Lewisburg,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
So Liz and her family have a boat. I think I know your next trip.
I think so.
You know?
Well, we're going to have to check that out. I wonder how we can get there and how far and all
Well,
that good stuff.
first you put your boat behind the car and then you hit maps. It'll get you right there. I
Rob
promise
Dempsey.
you. It's going to be okay. You'll
Rob
get there.
Dempsey.
Seriously. Talk to Joey. He knows how to use the maps on the phone.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Do you think you've been spending more time with your kids during quarantine?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because we're going off. Our neighborhood pool is
Yeah.
open. Not many neighborhood pools are. Ours is. And so we've been going off to the pool a lot.
Yeah.
It's really, for me, it's got me a little bit closer to Eli,
Yeah.
our youngest.
And getting to know him a little bit better, I would think.
Yeah, he's got quite the personality.
Yeah. Cool. Well, a lot of dads are doing just the same thing. They're getting to know their kids because we're being forced, especially there for a while. Man, it was shut down. You couldn't go anywhere. Nothing was open. Okay. Kids and dads are getting closer than ever. In fact, Canadian Men's Health Foundation did a couple of studies and some surveys and found that like 56% of dads say they're closer to their kids than ever before because they were forced to not go to, athletic events. They had to stay home from work. The kids are there. They're not going to school. And so they've also had to figure out ways to entertain them that also entertain dad.
Yeah.
And so they're playing catch in the backyard where maybe they didn't. It's nothing against the dads. Don't take it like that. It's just that they've been given the opportunity to have more time where they can get out and do those things.
Well, listen, it's proven fact that a dad who is present in his child's life, the better that child is.
Well, yeah,
and more of a
course.
shot that they have without the presence of dad in life. A lot of things just seem not to go right.
Yeah. Of course.
You know?
Yeah. Well, as far as this study goes, they're finding that dads are super thankful. In fact, a lot of dads are deciding, I'm just going to work at home from now on because it's been that good for their family and for them themselves as a parent because they didn't have that time. Mom and dad honestly work all day long. They get home, they're exhausted, still got to put dinner on the table, still got to do homework, and all of that, except for putting dinner on the table, has been pushed to the side. So you have all this time.
Especially getting ready and making a long commute.
Yeah.
That commute can just really wear you out at times, too.
If you're doing half an hour each way, an hour each way, think of that now. You're spending that 2 hours with your kid. Luke graduated this year. We would have thought this year we wouldn't have seen a whole lot of Luke with baseball games, with senior activities.
True.
Time we can never get back, and I thank God. I really thank God every day for that time. So there you go.
That's right. Thank you, quarantine, for bringing families together.
Got to see the positivity.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
He's 52 years old. He's been a miner for a long time. He's looked for gemstones. He's looked for a lot of stuff. I'd call him Indiana Jones of 2020.
Indiana Gems.
Gems? Oh, look at that. Here she goes.
Mom joke.
The guy, actually, it was a good mom joke. It almost likened a dad joke.
Yeah.
It was so close, but mom joke wins out. So he's 52. His name is Senanu. He's in Tanzanian. And he found a tanzanite, not one, but two. They are very rare gemstones. He sold them to the government for, wild guess how much?
How big were they?
They're big.
Oh, they're just big.
Yeah.
A couple $100,000.
Okay.
I don't know. I have no idea.
What if I told you that they were so big they were 13 pounds each?
13 pounds.
Okay.
How many
now give it
carats
enough.
go into 13 pounds?
I don't know.
$1 million.
Okay, she's a lot closer now. It's 3.4 million.
For 2 tanzanite?
Yeah, the guy became a millionaire overnight. Literally, after finding those 2 gemstones.
Were they were they right beside each other? Did he mine them throughout the day?
I think he tripped over him. He goes, "What's this?" He's on a hike.
He was just
What
on a
happened?
walk.
What's that?
I doubt it. I'm sure he was out there mining for a long time. I wonder if this is probably the biggest he's ever found.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he's ever found
He's
anything.
never made this before.
Somewhere close to this.
Yeah.
Tanzanite. That's beautiful, too. That stone, it's kind of a purpley blue.
Oh, is it? I have no idea. I'm colorblind, so I could not tell you.
Oh, it would be right up my alley.
Oh, it would.
Oh, yeah. Let me just chip a little bit off there.
3.4 million, and it's yours.
Well, I can't wear that on my hand.
Well, no. You could
13
try.
pounds. 13 pounds?
His morning crew.
Mark Hill and his son MJ, they have a relationship. This is such a sweet relationship, and with the mom as well. Every Sunday, they do something really cool. They make mom breakfast in bed.
Well, good for them.
I know. Before they head off to church, they are making that breakfast in bed for her, and she loves it. Now, it just started one time, but then MJ, the son, probably 6 or 7 years old, saw that mom really enjoyed it. He said, let's do this every Sunday, Dad. So they don't just make breakfast, they put on a show pretty much while they're making breakfast. They listen to worship music while they're doing it. So they're doing the eggs, they're whisking the eggs, they're singing in the camera, they're doing some dances. I mean, they are enjoying every step.
So this is them doing this here?
Yes, they play the music behind them. Yeah, and then they are on social media and kind of encouraging other families to get into the act.
So that's how you make breakfast. I like how they make breakfast.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get the eggs. Let's get it scrambled in the pan.
Right, MJ's cracking the eggs right now.
Crack the egg into the measuring cup. That's the way you make breakfast for Mama.
Right? I mean, it makes it joyful. It's not a chore. It's something fun that MJ can look forward to, and Mark's spending that quality time with his boy.
Good for you, Mark and MJ. Dude, I would like breakfast on Monday morning.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
Love seeing your pictures that you've been texting of some of the things that you've been doing this weird summer. Can I call this summer weird?
Oh, yes, 100%.
I mean, you know exactly what we've been going through. 800-447-7234. You can text pictures too. As a matter of fact, we're hearing from Heather. And Heather, what's your summer been like?
Right now, I'm working summer school.
Oh, wow.
So,
How is that working, Heather?
they have small classes in one of the middle schools. So there's probably about 48 kids. And they, of course, they're doing the social distancing, having to wear masks, and, just small groups.
How is that working for the kids, keeping those masks on?
Oh, they have to be reminded.
I'm sure of it.
That they do.
Come on, Jimmy, put that mask back on. Yeah. So,
Yes.
so outside of that, what else have you been doing?
We, actually, last week we went to North Myrtle Beach. I had a conference I had to go to, so we just made it a whole family vacation, went camping. Because we love to go camping. We stayed near one of the piers, and we did a lot of shore fishing. We did pier fishing. Of course, that week it was kind of chilly and rainy, so we did a lot of arcades.
Sounds like a blast. I'm glad that you're able to take a little bit of a summer with your family.
So what'd you guys catch when you were fishing?
Well, he caught some fish, and that was the one picture I sent you was he caught a baby shark.
Wait,
And,
a shark?
that was a baby shark, yes.
No way.
Yeah, and that was actually my daughter's first time seeing a baby shark, so it was kind of a cool experience.
And then did you go, baby shark, doo 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 doo?
Better do that instead of the Jaws theme.
Yes.